What's up? What's up? It's your boy Vintage, your boy Bricksbird, and special guests. Special guests.
Two
Llama
special guests.
and Paul from
The Escape Podcast.
No. There's a pause. Escape Pod Cast.
Escape Pod.
Oh
All right,
my
try one more time.
goodness.
From the Escape Pod Cast.
There you go.
Yeah. How you guys doing?
Excellent.
We're good.
So,
It's the Brady Bunch.
Are we on the Brady Bunch? Oh, we are on the Brady Bunch. That thing looks incredible. Nice job, Vintage.
Hold on a second. Gotta fix this real
I don't
quick.
know,
Had
my
one
camera-
had one of the cameras messed up. 1 second. There was a little gap and fixed, and
I gotta fix
boom, we're good. There we go. Better late than never. Oh, good. Yeah. That's what that was good.
Nice. So what's happening? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Monday indeed. Oh,
It feels
It's
weird.
definitely been a Monday.
It feels weird. We're normally not here on Mondays.
Well,
Oh yeah.
Thank you for being here. To give you an idea, I've been kind of going through your stuff. I don't know a total lot about the Escape Podcast, but the more you get into it and the more you start kind of when you go down rabbit holes and start checking stuff out and you're like, wow, this is super interesting. One of the big things is there are some worldly accents on the Escape Podcast. And I find
That
that
is true.
super fun. Super fun.
That is very true. The original Escape Podcast was started just about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago. Yeah, we're almost at 2 years since then. With a good friend and at that time a fellow Patreon of a large content creator. And that large content creator inspired me and Scotty McLaren to put together a podcast about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes because we were giving him advice that he was like, man, that's really good advice. You guys should be telling the world. And so we decided to start doing that. We tested it in December, shortly after my wife had been diagnosed with cancer. And we called it the Escape Podcast, both as a play on words because escape pod.
The name is incredible,
but it was an escape for me during all the craziness.
right?
I got a question for you. Just going on this. So you guys have been at it for 2 years. You guys obviously started focusing with a different game, that being Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Did you ever expect to see your guys' self kind of to the point you've grown to today with 1,000 subs on YouTube? I'm not sure how much you have on Twitch, but you have a decent chunk there. Like, did you ever envision it taking off this and it being something you enjoyed and just loved so much?
Oh, Llama, you want to answer that?
I mean, definitely not. It's really, really cool because so I came to the show. I was there from the beginning. We started kind of doing some modding for Paul and Scotty, and I did some ads, like some of our first advertisements and stuff on the show. And some of them were like fake ads. We did like a fake news one, and some of them were pretty funny. And started doing social media for them. And then once the show got a little bit rearranged, when Scotty left and Neil took over, I took over a segment called Storytime with the Llama, and it still like blows me away on Friday nights when my segment runs to see everybody in chat like, oh my god, the Llama, it's my favorite. But it's really cool, and the community that we have is fantastic. There's a lot of really, really awesome people there. And I love being a part of it. It's been fantastic.
Wow. I'll tell you what, I was saying I was doing a deep dive, and those things that you were just discussing, both what Paul said and what you just said, I did not even find those yet. So there's a lot going on.
When you become a content creator for something, you honestly dream of being there.
Right.
So when you asked, did you ever see yourself in that position? In my mind and in my dreams, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Have we reached huge stardom? It depends on who you ask.
Right.
But we have made an impact. We've made an influence, and that's all that I really, want to do in this life, honestly, is make an impact. And now that I've done it, I need to continue to make that impact and stay true to what we put forth in the beginning, just to be a voice for the voiceless, if you will, because we don't consider ourselves the krakens of the community that that you see doing all of these
Wild things, super
wild shows and get invited onto things. We featured content creators that have anywhere from 10 followers to, we've talked to the big names,
right.
anybody and everybody in the world of Galaxy of Heroes, all the way to now. I mean, other content creators that have joined into this whole fold of Lego content creators are people like the Fancy Life that we had just on last week, to Bulldog, who built his empire, if you will, on the back of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
It was like a glitch or something, right? It was something going on with like some funny business. Yeah. No, I hear you. He told me about it. It's awesome.
But yeah, it wasn't a glitch.
That's a whole nother story for another
episode.
Let's just say Bulldog's been there, done that. All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. I mean, what it really draws on is it's like the power of, in my mind, and the reason that I enjoy doing this, weekly with Vintage, when he had asked me, hey, you want to get into something? And I had no desire of any of it, but I find it more and more interesting, because what drew it to me was the power of community. And I think that's what really all of this is it's like, Paul, you had said, giving a voice to the voiceless. I mean, there's a lot of people that can do what I guess we all do, and just sometimes just need to do it. And it's funny, because once you start doing it, you begin to realize, hey, the only difference from me today from me to 10 years from now is just the amount of time that I put into it. You don't necessarily need to go crazy, but a couple hours here, a couple hours there. University of Google here, check in with the community that can help you out there, and that's a crazy, and especially for you going through like, difficult times, I'm sorry for that. And for that be able to, give you a piece of solace, and you actually have, you're giving and you're receiving, and that's what it is. You're just giving and receiving, learning, and just really having a good time. And it's fulfilling to a lot of folks. That's why I think people are drawn to it. I mean, I'm drawn to it. Once I got into the rabbit hole of looking at you guys' stuff, there's a lot there. There's a lot.
Well, so we've got, 3 actual shows running on the channel. So the main Escape Podcast show is a podcast about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And then from that, and kind of stemmed, GA Center, which is a show that Neil hosts with one of our Castaways members, Flair from Gaming Embers, and that's all about.
Ask about that, Castaways.
Yeah, well, we can talk about the Castaways. But so they run kind of a show that focuses on a pretty big PvP aspect of the game called Grand Arena, and it literally is kind of like an ESPN type, like Sports Center show. It's super cool. That's awesome. They talk about stats and wins and losses, and it goes into a whole thing. And then obviously we've got the Lego Legacy version of the show.
So it's like segments. It's like the big show, or the brand or the show itself that started obviously from an acorn, and then it reaches out and it's branches of a tree, right? I mean, wow, that's an incredible story. And you guys have been at it for what, 2 years? Is that what it is? 2 years? That's an incredible story. Yep. How time flies, huh? How time flies. What got you guys into the Lego game?
Well, I feel like I have to confess that, I am an AFL. I am a big, giant AFL.
You are a huge AFL.
Hi, my name is the Llama, and I am an AFL.
Well, there's no shame in it, though. That's the whole thing, That sounds like an AA, there's no shame in any of that. No. I think that there's a lot there, and I think that in order for people to see what's there, they have to touch it, and they have to do it with somebody else, and kind of being able to talk about it and all that stuff, and that draws you in. It's like just like everything else, it just draws you in. I mean, I got drawn in.
Also,
Oh, yeah.
let me say, who doesn't like Lego? It's hard to hate it. It's hard to hate it.
It really isn't. There's so much there for so many varieties.
Well,
just like we were talking about the tree. There's so many segments to Lego. Just so many segments.
Kind of,
Benny.
the movie itself made it okay for me to be an A-full, in my opinion.
Of course.
Yeah.
That set is incredible. Very, 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 very sought after set too, obviously for obvious reasons. You guys saw the second Lego movie, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I
saw it. Didn't like it as much.
No, it's a
Too
different
little
audience.
Benny. Not enough Benny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it was for a different, they're trying to draw in a little bit of Frenzies. They're trying to draw in a little bit of Duplo,
Yeah.
Wild story. And you had just bought and built just a massive set, right? The massive,
Me?
what was the set you just built?
Llama.
Yeah. Llama. Llama. Sorry, my bad.
Oh, I
Yeah.
finally get to see this.
You do.
Let's
So
do it.
Paul hasn't seen it. I wouldn't let him see it on the last show, but we'll do it in parts because I don't have enough hands. But we've got.
Now, hang on just a second. I'm like unpinned. I can't even see it.
He just falls down.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is so neat.
Yeah.
Have you looked into the motor for it? The motor?
I have not. I heard that there was
I'll
one.
tell you what. I'll get one to you.
Easy like that, yeah.
Why not? I ended up. I got a bunch of these like power functions, and I've got a motor and a battery, and I'll get one out to you. You can tinker around with it. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean we're close because I had no idea we were so.
Yeah, you could drop it off to me, and it would probably be cheaper.
I'll send it on a carrier pigeon.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get a set, and you
We'll
get a
just
set.
meet halfway.
No, I think to get a lot for that movement, like the crank and just learning about the crank and messing around with it and seeing like how it is, but then being able to mess with like power functions, because that's really what, like, I know nothing about any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Very interested in it. That's why I started picking it up, because I want to do great ball contraptions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, those are so cool. I literally will go through like a YouTube binge and just watch a whole bunch of them. They're really cool. But here we go. So there's the console there.
Yeah,
So the controller is 1-to-1. So the controller is life size. The console's a tad smaller than the original.
So actually what it is the console is the same size as the small version that they came out with.
It's the same size.
The classic.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But so we've got, hinge to open up, and that's kind of where my cartridge is right now. So there's a function to take it in and out.
Also, let me add, so after Llama built this, she sent me a video, and it was of her putting the cartridge in, and it was so authentic because she even blew out the dust from the cartridge to put it in.
So you open it up, and then you take your cartridge, and you just...
Oh yeah.
And then you just kind of slap her in there, click it down, and you're ready to play. But I think the coolest part, so they really put a lot into this set. So the movement of the scene in the TV was so much fun to build, everything that went into that. But I mean, they also, in Lego fashion, put a pretty cool Easter egg. So if you pull off the one side here, they did like a model of a level from the original Super Mario.
Yeah.
Complete with the warp pipes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's incredible.
Yeah. But I mean, the detail on this thing is just, it's incredible. It's amazing.
How long did it take you to build it?
So I don't have an official time. I didn't officially time myself. I'd have to go back through. So I did record the build, but I'm guessing it's somewhere between 8 or 9 hours over 3 days.
That's pretty good, I think. I haven't built it, but I've heard like 6 and 6 from some people. You know what I mean? Because you got to figure it's like, you've obviously built Lego before. Well, there's people that are they're picking it up. They've never built it, and they're like huh? And
They're
then
like,
it takes them 6 hours on each part, because it's basically 2 Lego sets, right?
Yeah, so it came with 2 books, like everything, like the TV is its own book, and the console and the controller and the cartridge are one as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Smoke Up Johnny asks inside the live chat, what type of motor was that you had shown?
All right, so I don't know for sure about everything yet. I got extra wires. I don't even know if I need them. So it's basically 8871. I have 8883, which is a motor, a small one. Pop it open. There's a battery. I got 2 different batteries. See, this is how much I really don't know about it. I'm just kind of, I'm going to start tinkering
They used that. They used that in Lego Master Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, and those guys are like incredibly good with
crazy.
it. So it's like you've got to like play with it to understand what's going on. This is the small motor. This was the 8883. So the idea is you connect this to this. It's gonna Technic tourney business in here, and then you've got action.
Gotta love Technic tourney business.
Technic
Again,
tourney. That's an official term.
Know.
That is an official full term, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, we're working on it. But yeah, so I ended up, I picked up a couple of each because I want to mess around with it with my son. I was looking at that. There's like the education sets where you're building like robots, and then they have like, first Lego League where it's like, I don't know, it's like Boy Scouts but science camp, and you're
yeah, they had a Star Wars IP one too, where you can, it was like a whole set that had like a motor and a remote, or like you can download the app on your phone, and it had one R2D2, and then I'm pretty sure it came with the parts for you to build your own.
Yeah, well, there was a Gronk droid, an R2D2, and then I think a mouse droid.
Yeah, it was like called like the Star Wars Droid Builder or something like that, wasn't it? Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and the mouse droid is the little one that you see skittering around.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks like an upside down bread pan.
Okay, and then also real quick, Kenny asked to please show the game cartridge if possible, Llama.
Let me grab it.
Oh yeah, so yeah.
Flynn and Richard, I think those were the guys that were in the final with the people that won it.
No, Flynn and Richard got booted early. It was Boone and
oh, that's right, Mark and Boone.
Boone, Sam and Jessica, and Tyler and Amy. Tyler and Amy were the ones that won it. But yeah, so that's the cartridge. The back, it's pretty simple. So mine was actually missing a piece. I was missing a gray 1x2. I have one. I just didn't have one when I put it together. So now I have a little green one that was extra that I slid in there. But
there you go. I mean, how would you rate that set? Build and everything from top to bottom.
So the cool thing about this set was it did a lot of things that I had never done before. So like the whole component inside of the TV to make it move, I'd worked with a couple, like I have like the BB-8 set, which has like the cogs inside and helps with his head swivel and all of that stuff. So some of that kind of twisting function I've done before, but like just everything that went into the scene and making it rotate and stuff was so cool. So I mean, I'd definitely go like 9.5 out of 10. I have one complaint that's preventing it from being a 10.
Oh, hey, can I predict it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it the repetitive on the tiles?
No.
Okay.
It's the fact that the base for the TV does not connect.
Oh, right. Okay.
It just sits.
Ooh, that is kind of rough.
Sits.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 pieces that like kind of help it stick, but like you can't like.
Yeah, just pick it up.
I mean, I'm sure there's some custom build out there that will give you those little studs to connect onto.
Because it's basically, it's all like inside out, right? So it's all like studs not on top build.
Yeah, so basically the legs and the bottom of the TV are like two of the bottoms, so there's no studs on either side.
Yeah.
But they do have 2 like plate pieces that kind of sit in and kind of help it stay and center it, but you can just pick the TV up and the legs go flying. So
there you go. It's good. and you have a place to display it, and you recorded it. So how did you record it? Did you record it like overhead? Or
no, it's off to the side because
yeah.
I didn't have anything that went overhead, so it's off to the side. So I had like out on my kitchen table, I had like my laptop with my webcam camera sitting on top, sitting on a bowl with the camera directed down on the table, and you can see me putting everything together. So I've got so when I put sets together, I can show you because I have one right here. I use just a plastic.
Yep.
Organizer. So I got these like off of Amazon. But this is how I separate all of my bricks. So I'll open a bag and then I separate them. I used to literally like lay them out and line them up, and it would take me like twice as long to do the set, but it was like extremely satisfying to do it. But I don't really do that so much anymore. This is much
knolling,
faster.
right? They call it knolling.
Knolling, yeah.
It is like, it's like a thing, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, like some people like are all about it because that is like half of the fun for them because it just makes their OCD calm down so much.
Yeah, I think that guy from MythBusters, he's got a thing where he does Lego, and that's one of his favorite parts, and it's all.
Yeah, I like searching through it. I separate them by color. I do separate them by color, but I like searching through it.
I leave it in the big pile, so it takes longer to do. So it gives me something to do for longer.
No.
I'm in the same.
Although sometimes it sucks when you're like sorting through and you're like, oh shoot, I just need this one piece. Where is it?
Can't do it.
I like the feeling of panic where you think that the piece is missing, but it's not missing.
Oh, and it's inside like a cup.
Or it's in the bag in the
wheel?
Trash box, which that happened to me a few times. Like, and you'll see me like searching around for it and lifting stuff up, and then I'm like, oh, it was in the bag that I threw in the trash. So I had to pick it up and like.
I mean, that's half the fun. It's half the fun.
All right, my turn to show off my Lego set.
All right.
Star Wars Advent Calendar. Boom.
Oh, that looks so cool.
Oh, this way.
Is it a new one for this year?
Yep, so this is this year's Star Wars Advent Calendar. I'm keeping it sealed. The first stream of December, we'll open it live on this channel.
Are you gonna open all of them, or are you gonna do like?
I'll open them all at once just so people can see it.
Should every week you should open the 1 week's
do
worth.
one a week.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay,
It'll make it
yeah.
a series.
Yeah, all right, we'll do that then. So we'll open them each week. And so basically, if you are interested in this set, don't buy it from Lego.com because it's $40. You can buy it at Walmart for $30, which is even better than $40. So
there you go.
30
if you
is
are
less than
interested
40.
in this set, that is where you can go.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff in there. I mean, namely the Vader in the Christmas sweater,
the
ugly sweater Vader.
the big hype one.
That one right there.
You got your Vader.
Ugly sweater with the
ugly sweater Vader.
Also, if you plan on getting the Skywalker Saga, there's a code in here, and it gives you access to all this stuff in here, apparently, in the Skywalker Saga.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. That's worth it. That's worth
it says a special character, but I was reading up on it, and it sounded like it was actually you get almost all of the characters from here, but I can't say for sure. I'm assuming you for sure get the Vader.
It would be really cool if I could
cool
run
enough
around
alone.
with ugly sweater Vader.
Yeah, that's cool enough as is. So.
I find your lack of cheer disturbing.
Let's make a deal when that game comes out. I mean, I'm definitely playing that game. That game is
we
so sick.
Yeah, I was already telling Paul that I'm planning on doing like gameplay on Twitch.
I'd love to watch it.
And if you all love your favorite local LLHU creator, Bricko, he has been making videos about him.
Blacktron Dwayne.
Yep.
Incredible
and
video.
like today, he just posted a new one about the size and scale that they're going on for the game. And I recommend everybody interested in the game, check that out. Just check out Bricko anyways. Great guy. Also, best voice you'll ever hear. So.
Oh yeah, it is nice. Second best in my heart, but.
I think all of these have the code. I saw it on another one. There was so all these Star Wars wave, or like some of the Star Wars wave that just started coming out has code, and I don't know if the codes are different or not because I only saw the one in the Advent calendar.
You need to open 2 boxes just to see if it's different.
I think I might pop one. I'll do it after.
Oh my goodness.
I don't want to give away the thing because I was even in our Discord when I opened the Advent calendar this year. I found out the code, and I don't know what the code's going to be, and I don't know if they're going to be different from any other of the other sets, but it's
They
interesting.
usually
We're going to be chasing codes, guys.
When the Lego City Undercover came out, the codes were the same.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
So yeah, when Lego City Undercover came out for the Wii U, the codes were the same, but there were a lot of codes. So it was kind of like Timmy buys this and Billy buys that, and then they trade the codes, and both of them get
all the things.
Fury this and all that.
Gotcha. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Brickford, do you have any Lego set to show off? Come on, everybody else has showed off a set. Where's yours? Come on, slacking.
This one right here.
Oh, you showed that off early. Yep. Okay, never mind. Now I was wrong. Yep.
No, let's
I see you won boxed Bespin Duel, and I raised you a put together Bespin Duel.
There you go. You know what?
Yeah, fine. I'll raise you a Minecraft pig.
Minecraft pig. Okay.
I raise you a built one.
All right. How about an Ecto one?
That's a beauty too.
I do really like the Ecto one. The Ecto one's a great set.
Giving this bad boy away. So the deal with giving this thing away, right? Made a video on it, but
we're here to announce how to win it.
Yeah, there's many different ways, and we ended up coming up with that your ways. If there's 3 ways, if you do all 3, you get 1, 2, 3 chances.
Entries. Yep.
It's like a raffle ticket, right? So, how do we do it?
So, I mean, basically, you just have to. You can sub to the Brickdown YouTube channel.
Which is this one
right here.
So
you can sub to Bricksbird's YouTube channel. And while you're over there, you can go see his video of him putting the set together and kind of going through it.
The link will be down in the description, I'm sure. They're vintage.
Forgot to put it on the start, but it'll be down there after.
Yep.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then you can also sub to the Escape Pod Castaways on Twitch.
Check.
All right, quick question: is that sub or follow?
Follow.
Follow the free version on Twitch, not sub.
Yep,
just to be confused,
just give
not
us a
to
heart.
be clear. So you don't have to do the paid membership for their channel, but if you want to, go ahead.
We're not gonna turn down your support for that. But everything for this entry, all of them are free.
Yep.
So follow Escape Podcast on Twitter. Follow Bricksbird, subscribe to Bricksbird on YouTube, or right here, Brickdown. Hit that subscribe button, become a subscriber, and you will be entered to win the Bespin Duel set. It will be it's the one that he put together, but
75294.
Yes, it's the one that he put together. It's that one right in front without the sticker placed.
That's right.
The sticker has not been placed.
Very good analysis.
Yes.
Bricksbird, Kenny has an excellent question. What if you are already a follower and a sub to both?
So then it's going to count, right? Doesn't that count? You're in.
So anybody in the past that has already subscribed or followed to either channel in the appropriate non-financial support way,
exactly,
has a chance to win.
You're in. So the other thing too is when we do the draw, we'll come up with that after. And I'm getting ahead of myself. You guys are doing just fine without me. But that is the way.
So funny story. My backstory: I did radio for 12 years before I became a trivia host, which I've been doing for well over 8 years.
It shows, because the way that was, if I just closed my eyes, it sounded like the radio, and I loved every minute of it. You know what I mean?
You're listening to the Brickdown right here on 94.5 The Buzz.
Love it. That's it right there.
All right, somebody sound clip that. We're using that as the intro every week.
Yeah, we'll make an intro. Well, so that's so like the main Escape Podcast show has a different intro every week. So we have listeners, we have content creators. I've done a couple of them. I've even got my wife to do one with me. And
that was a fun
they play
one.
it. Yeah, they play it every week.
Mhm.
And it's like right in the beginning of the show, and it's someone different every week. That just basically is like the Escape Podcast was recorded in front of a live studio audience, blah 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 blah, and people get to say kind of whatever they want to say, and then we boom start the show.
Man, that makes it so much fun because it's like there's always something you could add, like flavor and like create something, and like that makes it so much fun. Like how many of you guys are involved total?
Oh.
I mean,
to be honest with you, the Escape Podcast is kind of a community put together show. Yes, Neil and I are the main principal hosts. Right. The Llama and Zed, they have been our principal moderators. Helenix has come on board since then, and been a great moderator. In the beginning, Tuvok and Sarlacc, both of them ended up providing voices for intros. I'm still trying to, and Llama, you might need to, I might need to reach out to you for some help here. I'm still trying to come up with the season finale for this season. We at every 30 episodes, we do a dramatization at the very end of the show, at the very end of the season. The first season was when Scotty, the original co-host, left the show. He accidentally launched himself out of an airlock.
Oh, I think I saw that one. I think I heard. Yeah, I think I saw that one.
And then we did a whole like investigation, and I came in and did an entire investigation throughout the entire like next season to come up with who killed Scotty, who was behind it. Someone killed him. Someone trapped him and shot him out of the airlock. Yeah.
And that happened at the end of season 2.
Yep.
So episode 60 has that. Now, of course, I'm not sure if it's going to be episode. I think it's going to be technically episode 91, which is going to be the end of this season of the Star Wars version of the show. Which, by the way, just because we talk about Star Wars in the first 2 segments does not mean that we're going to talk about Star Wars in the following segments, because we like to let I just saw John Yazinski's thing. John, I used to work for Clear Channel in Houston. He asked if I work with Rod Ryan. So I used to back in the day.
That's funny.
Is
that on your Discord?
We've had cosplayers on. We've had content creator managers. We had the Sean Baptiste from Bethesda. He came on to talk about content creation in and of itself. We've had variety streamers, a lot of things.
Yeah, you've had developers from CG who obviously make Galaxy of Heroes.
Yep, we've had the developer on itself.
And fingers crossed, hopefully we can start seeing with the content creator program, we can see some
we're in line first.
Yeah,
I've been asking since we started.
I don't know. I'm not going to say what I was talking to and who about, but I was talking with somebody about going on with Bricko for something, and it seemed very promising. So I think that's also something you can look forward to.
Nice.
So. See, I'm not even working for my own gain. I'm working for other people. Right? What's going on?
All right, fine.
So that's like our big thing, right? And then, so I've got a segment on the show every week. It's called Story Time with the Llama, and it focuses on content for new players to the game. So I just finished up a series where I went through every single faction and tag in the game and broke down what the characters are, where you can get them, good teams to use them in, leadership abilities, where you can use them in the game. And now I'm moving through all of the legendary events and stuff in the game, and kind of going through that stuff. So it's just a really cool collaboration of a lot of people that like kind of get thrown together and make this crazy show every week.
I really like the concept because it reminds me of like Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? It's like it's funny. I like it. I like it. I'm gonna catch up more on it for sure because like I said, I mean, sometimes you get down the rabbit hole on one thing and you just get, and then you're like, what's this? And you have these questions, and then you're like, I really enjoy like long form conversation, for consumption. Like if I'm moving my hands around and I have to do something and I'm just in a room by myself, you pop on, I listen to Joe Rogan pretty religiously. And
Joe Rogan doesn't care about the
it's incredible,
he doesn't care about the episode length. And we used to do 90 minutes. Now we try to cap it hard at 2 hours.
Right. Well, I mean, 2 hours. I mean, so your episodes go, what was your longest episode, would you say?
I could probably give me a moment. I could tell you exactly how long the longest episode was. Originally from start to finish, the longest episode I can tell you before we did post-production, that was 2.5 hours.
Yeah. So fun fact, the show actually started in Discord. So they would run the show every week in voice chat on Discord. And Scotty would record his end and Paul would record his end, and then they'd slap them together and post them onto Spotify and other audio platforms.
Wow, that's super cool. And that's like when the game was 3 years in, because the game's been around 5 years?
Yeah, 5.
You guys have been at it for 2 years, so that's like 3 years into the game.
Yeah.
And the game still buzzing really hard.
2.5 hours is the longest episode out there.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes I get in on the YouTubes and that game pops up because, whether it's through Bulldog or some video that I've watched with you guys lately, and then these videos come up and I'm like, what in the world is going on? It's got a bazillion views on it. I'm like, what? This game is chaos.
Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot. And I think like people that come from that game and play like a Legacy, like they're the ones that you find that are like, I'm bored, I don't have anything to do, this is getting stale and things like that the most, because there's just way too many things to do sometimes in Galaxy of Heroes.
Wow. Oh, but people are saying that the game is dying and there's nothing to do.
I know.
Look, if you're thinking that Lego's dying, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has been dying for 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, no, I was meaning they were saying that Star Wars
I know.
is dying.
Yeah.
And I'm like, seriously?
Yeah, well, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes has been dying for the past 5 years, and it's still going.
So the fun thing and additional things that Neil and I do is sometimes on Wednesday nights we'll tape a special. And we just did one with Liliana, who posts on the Reddit subforum for Galaxy of Heroes, that basically gathered every single the lowest ranking person in any division that they could find and used that information to calculate the player base, which is near 500,000. But even at the conservative estimate of 300,000, it has stayed at 300,000. Wow. And on top of that, it has not dipped. Wow. It's stayed steady this entire time. So that game's not dying. Lego is not going to die as far as we have anything to say about it.
Right. It's interesting. I mean, where do you see a game like Star Wars? So it's got 5 years under its belt. Like, what does 5 years from now look like?
So, I'll quick say something about this, not in terms of Star Wars, but in terms of Lego. So, if you're looking at Star Wars, when that game first came out, there was...
Paul's like, if in 5 years Lego Legacy does not have Benny, he's suing somebody.
But basically, Star Wars, they didn't have guild activities. I don't even know if they had guilds on the start. I can't remember because it's so long ago, but I don't think they had guilds from the start. So, comparatively, a year down the road for Star Wars is when we got guilds. We're not even a full year into Lego Legacy, and we're getting raids. So, you might think that the game doesn't really have much going for it, and that it's just, slow progress and it's boring, but It's
Really?
bound to happen because they have to slowly put this stuff out. And, I guarantee you a year down the road, it's going to be looking just as good as Star Wars as long as, they can keep the game flowing to that point. It's just as long as the game doesn't fully die off before then.
And I want to say this. Comparing Lego to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes in this situation, it's a long shot because while the gameplay is the same in a lot of different ways. Because it's a model of game. Of course, we are going to see people that compare Halo to Call of Duty, but to be honest with you, they appeal to different audiences, and they, while they have the same mechanics, they do things differently. And, it's not fair. It truly is apples and oranges in this case.
I think that too. I don't know much about Star Wars.
I'll give a great example. So you take the marquee character from Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes versus the unboxed character in Lego Legacy. So Star Wars Galaxy of Hero, 7 stars, only 330 shards. But when you're taking that, new character to that, you're spending almost twice as much as you do in Lego, which has 440 shards. So, comparatively, each game does things different and balances things differently. And I think that is a lot to do with the player base they're trying to appeal to. But you have to keep in mind, while they are the same, they definitely are very different in that kind of aspect.
Yeah, I mean, and the big thing that I like whenever someone comes to me and is like, how come we don't have this yet? It's so easy to do that. The biggest thing that I reply to people is that, like, this game is still a fetus. Like, it is still such a new game, and the things that we should be looking at, instead of like, this isn't in the game yet, that isn't in the game yet, the things that we should be looking at are the developers active in the community? Do they talk to us? Do they listen to us? Are they invested in, creating content that, we want to see, content that's good in the game? Do they keep up on bugs? Like, do they jump on things right away to fix things and keep the game running right? So, like, all those things to me get me excited about the future of this game. Not that, like, I don't have a guild chat yet. Like, would that be useful? Yes. Do I need it? No. Would I prefer that the developers listen to me and were active in the community? Yes. I'm good without a guild chat.
Right. Pick your battle.
Right? And as far as the guild chat, ladies and gentlemen, that's not going to happen because of the limitations that Lego puts forth.
Yes.
Yep, and Lego, like, they've specifically said that there will not be an in-game chat. However, they're trying to work on some way to communicate at least. It won't be like you can type whatever you want, but there'll be some sort of way you can communicate or show some sort of communication.
Yeah,
it would be cool if you only get 3 scrolling words and you have to click the words. So it's like how with the names, you just have like 3 words that are in the thing.
The direction I think that they should take it, if you want in-game communication strictly about the raids, is they should try and pull from what Star Wars Galaxy of Hero does for territory battles. So there are commands and territory wars. There are commands in game that officers in the guild can set, and it sends an alert out to everybody that says focus here or don't focus there, or all of that stuff. And then when they go in game, they get an alert saying, hey, your officers are telling you to do something, and then you go into the raid and you see what they want you to do.
Right. Cool. I mean, that would be good enough. I think. I mean, that's a brilliant idea. If that's what's happening. Wow.
All right. So let's move a little bit more into the game because we're talking about it. So Jester stole the question earlier that I wanted to ask. But what is the one thing that everybody's the most excited for about this update? And we'll start with you, Llama, and kind of work our way back around to me being last. All right.
I think that what I'm most excited about is a change in meta. So we've had a bunch of like events and things happen recently in the game that haven't really been meta changing. And I think that there are a lot of different ways this space update can go that will help change the meta. So like personally, I'm like throwing money down on a techie meta, but I know Bricko's throwing money down on a chili meta. So we'll see who comes out on top.
Yeah, then so there's another content creator who just recently started making content called Locust, and it looks like he's going for the Blacktron route. So,
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different options, and it's going to be very interesting to see how all of those kind of mash together, because none of them seem to be standalone. They
Right.
each kind of, intertwine a little bit here and there, and it's going to be very interesting to see how that plays out, I think. So I agree that is going to be something that's really cool, exciting to see.
You guys mention all these metas, but they all revolve around one thing. Space.
Yeah.
The
Paul's
final
just excited
frontier.
about space.
Yep.
Want to build a spaceship?
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
and that's yeah.
space is
Paul and I
great.
have been going back and forth, and I told him he was crazy for going space first, and now I'm like eating my words because he dumped everything into space and he's ready. He doesn't even have to worry about anything, and I'm panic farming.
Mhm.
Hang on, can I ask a really quick question first? Are you guys both free to play, or do you guys get into drips, or what is the, fill me in as to, because it's hard to have a conversation as to what we're going after right now.
Paul, you go ahead and go first.
If we put it into
talk about yourself. Yeah, talk about yourself first, Paul.
If we put it into aquatic terms, and you said drips, I'm more of little, those you take it to the beach, the kids have it, the little sand pails. I'm instead of drips, I'm little sand pails of aquaticness.
Okay.
Yeah, he's like a minnow, maybe.
A minnow, maybe a guppy, not a minnow.
Oh, a guppy? You're really going for bigger than that?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's I'll show you real quick. So I'm not sure if any of you can see that, but that's what kind of a player I am.
1.1 Ghostbuster.
Yeah, so I've got all of my Ghostbusters. I've got a 5-star Slimer.
Yeah.
And all of my Ghostbusters are 6 stars.
Okay, so you went ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just went ham.
Yeah, I did.
Hey,
so
it is
that's
what it is,
that's what kind of player I am.
Okay.
And Fancy Life asked me last week when we had him on the show what made me wail out for Ghostbusters, and to be completely honest, I was too invested before anybody really realized that they were gonna be not super useful. Right. So I was like, if I'm this far, I might as well see it to completion.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing, right? Because it's the same thing with even I've went in as well on a couple of occasions, and it just happens. It's like you're already there.
Okay, so Apex kind of did. So you didn't see when he mentioned your video of the giveaway, and Jester Gogo does say that. Abix in Discord in the community video section said that Escape Podcast did the final recap before the update goes live. Was he hinting that the update could drop tomorrow or Wednesday? Looking at the Discord, it does say the Escape Pod makes your last recap before the update goes out.
But to be completely fair, we're not doing an update on the space patch notes on Thursday. So
here, I'll show everybody this real quick. So here's the Discord, right here. The Escape Podcast makes your last recap before the update goes out. And then they also talk about how they were with Fancy Life. So, who knows? Yeah.
So, whether or not that means that that it could be dropping tomorrow or Wednesday, I'm going to be completely honest with you. We do know that we do know that it was submitted.
They did confirm that publicly.
Okay,
so they confirmed it on Friday. However, we did get told Thursday afternoon that they submitted it. And it takes normally it takes 1 to 3 days because each store does it a little bit differently. I don't know if you count Saturday or not.
You can only count business days with the update process.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So you have Friday, Monday, Tuesday's that third day. But it could still be Wednesday, though, because they have to wait for all the stores to update and approve it, because otherwise we have that situation that we had with Windows last time, where you couldn't play on Windows for 2 or 3 days because they got denied.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, that was crazy, right?
And that makes me think that they're going to take an extra day to make sure that it works.
Well, we saw what day? What day did we see that?
Thursday.
That Ghostbusters went live.
Oh, right.
So that went live, I think, on the Monday, and then Windows didn't get it till Thursday. I think that's what it was at least.
Yeah. So that's it seems cyclical that it would be a Thursday.
I honestly do think that it's going to be Wednesday, but who knows?
I'm hoping for tomorrow, but we'll see.
I would
But
love it for it to be tomorrow also because I've been saving my energy.
I know you've been hoarding energy.
Did
So
you
far,
see what Bulldog had in
I have more than him.
More.
I have more than him.
He has more.
Barely, but I do have more than him saved up.
Wow.
What energy are we saving up here? Hang on, say that again.
So Bulldog earlier today he posted his saved up energy and he has 18,000 of the
1800.
yellow
Yeah.
1800 sorry, and then 1700 of the monolith waste energy. I have about 2100 of the yellow energy and I have 1800 of the monolith waste energy.
Wouldn't it be smarter to use it as, because it's just, you're not getting more.
He's not gaining more, but he can purchase more and store more
so
to be able to go after the gear.
What I'm doing is I'm saving it, and then as soon as that update drops, I'm farming all of the nodes that have that new gear, because regardless of what it is, I'm going to need it.
Yep.
Okay.
So not only will he be able to farm a whole bunch of gear, but he will also get a whole bunch of XP to get himself an XP boost to get to 60 that much faster.
How about just use up all the energy and then just gem blast it when it hits?
So
smarter,
wait. So spend less now to have a bunch saved up, or spend 800 per refresh. No.
Whale harder. Whale harder, vintage.
Okay. So funny story. So last night we were talking about this in the officer chat for Minifigure Empire, and so one of the bigger whales in our, community, he was saying that he's like, why would I save up my energy when I can just spend a bunch of money on it later? And I'm like, you do you. I'm not trying to spend $100 on just 800 energy refreshes.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of my thought too, because I'm interested to see what the booster pass brings, and I'm wondering if they're gonna include XP in the extra rewards. I'm assuming they will, but we'll see.
Yep. Okay. Also, pro tip for those watching. All right. Do not claim your daily quest, because even if you forget to do it, the game will automatically claim them for you, but it also lets you wait to grab them until the update comes out so you can actually get the XP, which is the big thing you're going to be getting from those.
I didn't know that it auto-claimed. Is that confirmed? Did somebody watch that?
So the way we know that this is true is because Shizarin, which is a mod on the official and also the leader of Whizbang, he had an alt and he had to stop claiming his daily free pack because he didn't want to hit the level to unlock arena, and every day he would slowly get closer and closer because of it auto claimed that reward.
Interesting.
So even if you forget, you're still getting your rewards, but if you don't claim them,
you really need to give yourself a really big gap if you want to try and hoard going into arena. That's interesting.
Yeah, and I will say I have about 3,500 energies. Well, I have a little bit more than that saved up. That's not even going to be half a level, probably, is my guess.
Yeah, it's going to be expensive.
I mean, still that half level more than the average person will get me that level just a little bit faster, that little bit of a boost. So that's kind of what I'm banking on.
And I think that's what it's really going to come down.
A level ahead.
Yeah, that's what it's going to come down. It's going to come down to timing, as to who can kind of overtake.
I have a confession.
Uh-oh.
I have not done Brickspedition in 2 months.
Bro, Garmadon!
Have you even unlocked Garmadon yet?
No.
How many shards?
0 if he hasn't done it in 2 months.
He probably has 1 shard because he probably did it once and was like, oh, no, this is boring.
No, but I do my dailies and I do all that other stuff, and I have full Ninjago other than Garmadon. I just don't my son. I would, my son gets a little bit of video game screen time a day, and I would give him the thing and he would do Brickspedition, and it was fun. And then one day I'm like, hey, you want to do this? He's like, no.
Oh, man,
you're like, no.
That's the real kicker of Game Loft should be listening to that. If
look, I don't mean anything by it. I'm putting myself at a disadvantage. You know what I mean? I'm making the confession.
See, for me, Bricks.
Oh.
For me, Brickspedition is a little bit of a pain in the ass. It really is.
No, I know I've done myself a disservice, but it's just one of those things, you know.
Yeah,
But
I will say I'm lazy. I don't like doing it every day, so I just wait till the last day and do all 7 in one day.
Yeah, see, I know myself, and if I wait, I don't do it because I'm like, oh, there's so much to do, so I have to do it every day.
I mean, I stay in top arena in my shard. I mean, I've been
nice.
That's better than me. I'm sitting at like high 100s.
Yeah.
All right, I guess since we're all confessing, so recently since I'm just hoarding energy, I log in, buy energy, and get off and don't log on for the rest of the day. But
you don't even do your other dailies?
Well, I do. So I'll do like my daily challenges for like the ability elixirs, coins, and that. Then I'll do my daily events. But I haven't been doing arena. I'm still holding down 25. That's
what
not.
Team
That's.
do you
I
run?
hate you.
That's not doing. That's not doing arena for about 4 days.
What team do you run?
I run Ninjago. I flex the Ninjago team with that 3-star Garmadon.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah, kind of hard to see, but
We know the team.
we
know.
believe you.
We all know the team.
We know the team, guys. I mean, what team am I running? I mean, I hold it in 6. What is my team?
What is your team?
Go ahead, guess.
The timeout team.
No, it's just pirates. It's
Pirates?
Just pirates with Woo and Valiant.
Yeah, see, I don't have Woo, and that's what honestly is like killing me in arena.
Oh, so that's where the whaling came from. See, like I was in it. So when did you start? You started on global, or are you on the
global?
Yeah, I started day 1 of global. And I mean, I just went ham in the beginning. I mean, I was very competitive.
She was a I would say you were a porpoise at the beginning, and then you became a full-out kraken.
Yeah. Once I got like, I really think that like missing out on the Woo event is what like kind of was like, I'm annoyed and I'm mad and I'm not doing it again.
I mean, Vintage went through it too. I mean, did you see our episode?
Yeah, I'm hit or miss with it. So like, you know, before we started, I spent a little bit here and there, but when I really started spending was after Brickspurd peer pressured me into getting 7-star Hank.
Hey.
Which honestly I'm fine with because it helped me get Woo, and Woo's probably one of my favorite characters in the game, so I can't complain at all. But then because after I got that, then I went and 7-starred my Scarlet after when she came back around, which I don't know why she did, but I'm not going to complain. Yeah, and then I spent money here and there since then. I didn't spend anything on Ghostbusters, but Space, the final frontier.
Yeah, I haven't spent anything on Space yet to get them ready.
I'm still unsure about Clockwork Robot. I don't know if I'm gonna full take him, but I think I'll try and get him 5-star at least. But we'll see how he goes.
I want to get him to a usable level because, like I said, I'm going all in on that techie meta. So
plus he has that speed up, which is such a nice thing.
Yes.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but like everyone should be pretty good with Space by now, with just how much time has elapsed.
Yes, we had a lot of heads up. So if you so if you like were like, oh, Space is coming, let me get it done, then you should be in a good spot. I mean, I think the only 2 characters I have left to get to 7 stars are Captain Cold because his farm is trash.
Pain in the neck,
and Dwayne, and I'm not really worried about Dwayne because he's going to be in the Brick Pace event.
Blacktron Brick Pace. That is hard to say.
I really hope Cold is in it also, because Cold is the one that I really need to work on, because I have my Locust, Reed, and Kelvin. Well, so my Reed is 7-star. My Locust and Kelvin are basically 7-star, and then my Dwayne is about halfway. So Cold is the only one I'm lacking on, which is 4-star right now, I want to say.
Yeah. I hope he's in the store. He should be.
Even if not, Yeti's bound to come around sooner than later, probably, and he's in that store, so I might wheel on Yeti to get Cold.
I recall I actually probably picked up shards of Cold on the last Yeti round because I already had Aurora. I think I might have threw down on Cold to get him up there. The only one I'm lacking on is Calvin, Princess. All hail the Queen.
The Ice Babe. What? Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Also,
that's the
hold
only
on.
our prayer.
I have to yell at Abo because he said that Iggy is the new Kelvin, and no, nobody will ever take Kelvin's place. Don't ever say that again.
No, absolutely not. Kelvin has been a treasure from the beginning of this game. Iggy is just trash.
Yes, exactly.
Who's the other guy? Who's trash? I don't even know that name.
Explorer Iggy. Don't.
Oh,
It's not worth remembering.
I didn't even know he was in the game. What are you talking about?
Has an ultimate that does like 1,000 damage to each person at max.
But it looks so, dude. That ultimate is badass, though. What, are you
Gens?
talking about the standing on the mountain, the
Iggy's.
Iggy?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks cool, yeah, but it does nothing.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's too bad. It's throwing pillows. But hey,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
I still think my favorite is the Ghostbusters ultimate animation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's amazingly accurate to the movie.
Yeah, it's super cool.
I don't remember who it was, but I swear I remember somebody doing a like side by side of them, and like it's like uncanny
Spot
how
on, yeah.
well it is.
Hey, this all arose from interrupting a round of questions because we had asked. I interrupted and asked
yeah.
if you guys were in the state of things, and it ran into all
All
of
right.
that.
So getting back on track then.
What
So
was
Brick,
the question? Because
so
I've
it's on you,
Space
Bricksbird,
update.
and it's what's the thing you're looking forward to the most about this next update?
all right. And who was it on?
Well, Paul said space because he loves space, and then we went off, and now we're
Yeah,
back
Honestly,
on you.
it's
it
your
is
turn.
going to be Blacktron. It's going to be the Blacktron brick pace.
Okay.
I unfortunately cannot foresee myself whaling because I was kind of. I'm not saying the Ghostbusters were disappointing.
They were disappointing.
I'm not.
See,
gonna
you didn't
say-
have to say it.
You have to. They are literally a trophy team that I keep on my shelf that collects dust. I might use it every once in a while. It's nice to have in my back pocket for stuff like Brickspedition.
See, the disappointing thing with them, sorry to interrupt, but
Mhm.
it's not that they're good as Ghostbusters, it's that they're good as Spooky, and Spooky you need Willa, and Willa is even more expensive.
Ugh. I'm not touching my master currency until they update the conversion rate.
I'm not touching it until I have enough to unlock it.
Yeah, I've got like so many tiles, and I literally only have enough master tiles for like 1,600 master tiles, and I've got so many character tiles. And I'm like, this is crap.
You get 15 for one shard, and it costs 600 for 3.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
All right, but anyways, Bricksbird, go.
What am I excited about for space? Gorewell, the possibility of we have Gorewell for farmable or something. What's going on? Do I have to do Brickspedition now?
Gorewell
You
will
have
be
to
the
do the
lesser
raids.
raid.
So,
Apparently, there's
yeah.
2 difficulties to raids.
Mhm.
Gorewell will be the lesser raid reward, and
Mhm.
Jens is the greater raid reward.
Okay, perfect. So Johns is going to be the Willa of space.
Yeah, except the only
Yeah.
way you'll be able to get him is through the raid. You won't even be able to buy his shards anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. So it's going to be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, and I'm curious to see what the difficulty rating is,
Are
because
you
they
guys-
haven't really said anything about like what the difficulty rating is. Like they haven't said like we're gonna release this and nobody's gonna be able to finish it. Just prepare yourselves.
Mhm.
So we'll see what it's like.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys in guilds that are going to be strong in raids?
Hopefully. I don't know.
I hope,
Vintage,
I hope,
are we?
I hope.
I don't know. Vintage, are
Look,
we?
750,000 total awesomeness average as of last that I knew. So, I mean, come at me, Whizbang. I want to see you
Vintage
match
is
that.
my guild leader,
Oh man, I've been in Cosmic since the beginning, and man, it feels good. Feels good to be in there. I feel warm.
I will
You know
say,
what I mean?
you know, I'm trying to get into SeaWorld, but SeaWorld, I swear, every time I hit what they're supposed to be, they raise it up another 100,000 because they
Oh,
just
really?
don't.
Is this in the Whizbang guild?
No, SeaWorld is basically just a collection of all the whales of the game.
Oh.
I'm in SeaWorld.
Yep.
To give you an idea to answer the question that I had asked you guys earlier.
If
But I haven't
look, if you don't know what SeaWorld is, there's probably a reason you don't know what it is.
Ouch.
Hey, you haven't even hit the minimum
all
for
right.
it yet.
Vintage,
You have more than me.
Listen, don't even feel bad. Vintage is a part of every single chat. I think he's got like the
I'm
gold.
in every single guild Discord except for the ones that have like 10 people in them. Sorry, guilds that have like 10 people in the chat.
Vintage is like the
He doesn't have time for you.
he's like the Discord oracle.
Look, my issue with that is there's 10 people. There's not many people there to talk to and see. The reason I ended up joining a lot of the guilds is because when I created my shard chat, I created a Discord for my entire shard. I had to go into all the Discords and get all of the people. So, yeah.
Wow. And that's
Speaking of that, my thing that I'm most excited for is arena changes.
Mhm.
Now, they don't affect me much because I personally don't have an issue with the time, but not having to fight people for arena payout is going to be, well, I mean, you still have to fight people in your time zone, but it's going to be so much better. And then additionally, I'm really excited to see what these bonus rewards are for completing arena battles.
Yeah.
Which I honestly think it's going to be like in a month you have this many arena battle wins to get, and as you hit each milestone, it's going to give you a reward. But I can't say for sure because nobody knows.
No, nobody knows.
I feel like today I just get all of my news from Vintage. Vintage is my news source. He's my CBS NBC Fox for this game because you're like blowing my mind with these new things. I knew that there was the arena thing, but I didn't know that there was going to be the bonus thing or whatever it is. That's brand new.
Yeah, they didn't say much about it. Only that there's going to be bonus rewards for doing arena battles. I think they said specifically winning, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I will say so. Like, and we kind of touched with the Fancy Life on this last week. So like being in the content creator program and stuff like that, like we do get access to information early, but it's like very specific access that they want us to know, and we don't get information that they don't want us to know. So like, I just ask that like everybody understand that and not like spam the same question over and over and over again that like they know that we don't know.
So like for example, I'll give an example. So like when they released the space kits, we got those early obviously, and you know, we would maybe ask a question about something specific. If it's something they wanted to share, they'd give us the specific info, or they'd say you'll have to wait and see when the update comes live. So like for example, when people are asking about these new abilities that, for example, Locust has I think it's he has one of the immunities, the damage immunity, damage block or something like that.
Damage block.
And then Brick is the other one.
Yep. So we're asking about those, and we kind of got like very generic rundowns of like what the purpose of those are and like what they're supposed to do, but we didn't really get any information. Like if we asked like, hey, what is in the booster pass? They didn't share that because they're kind of waiting to show everybody at the same time.
Yeah, and we asked.
We
asked. So like when the patch notes especially went live, like that content creator chat just blew up because it was just like question after question that we like drilled at them, and they picked maybe one or two that they answered and then didn't answer the rest. So it's very clear that like they have a set specific list of information that they're willing to share. So the big thing is, right, like unless we literally are told that we can't tell you, information that we find out will be shared. So like if we don't have an answer to your question, we're probably not going to get it.
I will say if you do ask content creators, you have a good chance of finding out the information that is known, because a lot of the content creators, you know, you have to stay in the loop. So a lot of content creators do know a lot. So if you do have a general question, it's a good chance we know where it was said or what was said.
Yeah, and we all know the same information. So like you guys don't get extra information that we don't get, and the Fancy Life doesn't have extra information that we all don't get. So like
except
going
for that
to each of us,
Llama.
The what?
Except for that one thing that we know about, right?
Yeah, that one big thing that nobody else knows about.
We can't say
that other thing. There's that other thing.
We can't say anything about at all, you know.
Yeah, but so I mean, going around and asking us, and then asking Bricko, and then asking Fancy Life, and then asking Brickdown, like you're not going to get a different answer.
Except for that one thing that we know about.
Except for that one thing that we know.
Yeah.
See, I will say I know for sure. I know something that nobody else knows because I talked to them specifically about it, and I'm not sharing it because it's not even game related. It's about something different.
Well, tell people that, because then they're going to think that we have secrets.
I have secrets, all right?
I mean,
Look,
can
like
only,
I
you
know that
hint.
Lego House is meta, and everybody just laughs at me. Like Lego House meta, get it in your guild store starting soon. All right, Lego House meta.
Bum, bum, bum.
Maybe when they like rework the collectible characters, maybe.
Watermelon Man. I mean, they keep putting a watermelon up.
Okay,
He needs a
look.
watermelon man.
We also joked with WAF, and he started throwing out Star Wars character names. So like,
He's like the king of like I don't know why people think that like everything that comes out of his mouth is Bible, because I'm pretty sure he says stuff on purpose to make everybody go, "Oh my god, really?" Just so he can be like,
you're about
no.
50-50 on him, all right?
Yeah.
He did that. He did that video, right? It was
Yeah,
in
that
the
was him.
thing? That was him.
Yeah.
How old is he? He's not
I'm not sure.
a young 25-year-old strapping young lad.
I know.
Yeah, he's got the whole world in his hands over there. Just
Oh, Blacktron Dwayne's in the chat.
Blacktron. Who's that? Bricko?
Bricko.
Whoa, hold on. Breaking news. No Brickdown next Monday. Next Tuesday, catch us live with Bricko for the Bricko Down.
The Bricko
Just in
down.
next Tuesday.
Is he gonna show his face?
Probably not.
Yeah.
Well, we do have those really nice poses that we can.
Yes,
we can
we'll still have, over here we'll have one of these set up. We'll have maybe a nice couple interchanging Bricko poses.
Yeah, you can use all the art that we got with the content creator pack.
I'm gonna put a poster up back here.
Yeah.
There you go. You just walk over, put your arm around it, like.
Yeah,
hey.
I'm gonna get a giant cardboard cutout of Bricko.
It's gonna be
that
good.
would be awesome.
So,
Awesome.
so back to this thing. We are 100% giving this thing away, 1,000,000%. And how many ways was it to enter? It
You have
was
3 ways to enter, and if you do all 3 things, you get 3 chances to win. Way number 1, go follow the Escape Pod Castaways on Twitch. It's 100% free.
Link in the description.
Link in the description. Subscribe to the Brickdown podcast, which is the place that you're at right now. So look, and if you don't have a little like subscribe button there,
If
make
it's
sure you
red,
click it.
if your button is red, make it white.
hey,
And 3, go and subscribe to Bricksbird's YouTube channel. There's a really great video there about him putting the set together, and he goes through it. From what I hear, he's going to be creating some awesome, fantastic, amazing, view-worthy content. So
amateur scale, but it's
it'll
gonna
be-
be good stuff in there.
Link
It'll be
not
worth
in the
the
description,
subscribe.
but it'll be edited after. So when you see this, if you're watching this as a video, it'll probably be there. If
You know what I
you're
did?
not, you can click on the video in official videos, and that'll take you to his channel also.
You know what I did the other day for the first time? I actually just Googled Bricksbird from, just first time Googled
you
it.
Googled yourself?
Yeah, I've got a lot of stuff. Well, I mean, I Googled the name. There's a lot more there than I thought that there was, but it's so hard to juggle. so
Look,
many
I'm
things.
so proud of this channel. I'll just say that because when you first Google or looked on, like in YouTube, you searched up Brickdown, it was a brick breaker game, and that
Yeah.
was all that would show up. But we made it. You can find us there.
Pretty soon. I mean, if we get the subs, we're gonna get a custom URL. You know what I mean? That's
And get them to 100. That's get them to 100.
we're almost there.
Make sure you subscribe. We
Well,
need to get them that custom URL.
Yeah, they'll
But
be
so-
there really soon.
Absolutely. So the giveaway is going to be on Thursday, the 24th. It's 10 days from now. So you have 10 days to go subscribe and get all your entries in. It's going to be on our Twitch channel when we have Bricksbird and Vintage X on as guests on the Escape Pod cast.
mm-hmm.
Is that a
So we
Thursday
will
or
do
a
the
Wednesday?
Thursday.
Looking forward to it.
I actually don't know if I'll be able to, but we'll see.
Oop.
I have a cardboard cutout of you.
Yeah,
will have
I'll be there
cardboard
in
cutout.
spirit. All right, I'll be there in spirit. I've already been there, so if I don't make it, you'll
We're
have
just gonna
Bricksburg,
put
all right?
we're just gonna put a little photo of Kelvin in your place.
Okay, I'm basically Kelvin, so.
Oh, jeez. You've assumed the Kelvin role?
No.
Big. Those are big shoes to follow.
They are big.
I'm not
ski
Kelvin. I'm
shoes.
not
They're
Kelvin.
big snowshoes.
I
to
take it back. I
follow.
didn't say it.
No
Cut that.
take
Cut
back.
that.
No take backs.
Clip it, make him remember it forever.
Oh, this isn't Twitch. We can't
Oh,
clip.
dang it.
I'm starting to get a little bit better at video editing. I think I can edit this video right off of YouTube. So I got your back, Vintage. for all the homies that need that in their lives. We have it.
Let's see here. We have anything else that we wanted to specifically talk about? Anybody?
It's just super interesting to me because, you know, you think about like the timeline of things, right? We talked about the timeline of the game. We talked about the timeline of Star Wars. We talked about the timeline of the Escape podcast. And then just basically just how things, you never know where it goes, but the big thing on it and the big proponent to it is the community factor to it. And being able to, you know, reach out and have conversations. And I mean, this is the first time we've ever had, 4 of us on here before, and just kind of on the chitter chat. We never even used the thing that we're using now,
Zoom.
So it's like, we're, you know, every time you hook up and hang out with the homies, you just level up a little bit. And I'm sure it's the same with you guys. It's like, yeah, you know, you level up. You got a new computer coming tomorrow. You know, like there's just, I find it very, very incredible. I'm super stoked that you guys came on. I think that was super cool.
Well, we were super excited that you guys invited us.
Yeah,
and we're super excited to be doing this giveaway with you guys because this set is stinking awesome.
It's so limited. I mean, it's unfortunate. This is just sometimes the way that Lego goes, unfortunately. But this thing being an iconic scene and an iconic set, just the, you know, you could say what you want or negative things and this and that or whatever, but at the end of the day, I mean, Lego, it's been a wild year for everybody. So this was supposed to be at some sort of a, you know, Star Wars celebration event. Never happened. They had to get it out of their inventory. There's only so much warehouse. It's going to be unfortunate. You know, I think about it like this. We're going to look back 5 years from now at this particular set and be like, wow, I remember that, you know, and it's basically documented, you know, here. And I think that to me is like very inspiring. You know, I get inspired watching you guys. I get inspired watching Bricko. I get inspired watching all like guys that I feel that I know that I've never met. And these guys are doing things. And I watched Bricko go from, I think, like under 1,000 subscribers to like, you know,
he's approaching 3 now, right?
Whatever it is. I mean, I haven't looked, I don't keep up with it, but you know, it's just very, very cool to be a part of that and watch it and to be able to have you guys on. And it's the best. It's the best. You guys made my night.
You need to remove his right hand.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Gotta pop it off.
See, my issue is that if I want him to hold the lightsaber and hold on to the railing, he has to have both hands. I'm sorry.
But he doesn't hold on to the lightsaber when he's holding
the lightsaber is lost.
You know,
look. If I had it realistic, then I don't know where I'd put the lightsaber. The lightsaber would be lost forever.
You would put the lightsaber down on the ground because it's fallen.
The set itself has this little thing that he could stand on, but there's just nothing holding it there. But you got to get rid of the lightsaber. So the idea, I think, is this. This is what.
I mean, I'm sure if I put the
hand off of this because it doesn't belong to me.
It's not true.
And as Keeney, I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry, but as he said, no.
Dude, you guys are the best.
Yeah. Kiddle me. Exactly. Use the Craggle.
Hey, next week is Bricko too. Let's try to do a little Q&A. I don't think Bricko is going to be on a video, but I think it would be fun to do a Q&A. I wanted to do a Q&A with you guys tonight, but I didn't have enough. Like, we don't have enough time to.
All right, look, I have at least one question that I'm curious about, you know, and if you need a second to think about it, it's on the spot, all right?
Okay.
Favorite Lego set of all time. It can be one you own or one you don't own. Doesn't matter. All right.
Easy. I know which one mine is immediately.
Go for it.
It is the Lego set that got me into Lego sets. It is the original Harry Potter Night Bus. I've said this 8 million times. I know, like, it's rehearsed in my head. The original Harry Potter Night Bus that was released with the first series of Harry Potter sets. That is what got me into Lego, like, as a grown adult. And that is my favorite set of all time. because it's got sentimental value, and I'm a huge Harry Potter nerd,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I want Diagon Alley so badly, but my bank account does not want me to have Diagon Alley so badly. But yeah, super cool.
Maybe the Diagon Alley set will go on Black Friday 30%. I mean, wouldn't that be so sweet?
It would be mine.
Now she's checking the wallet like, oh, gotta say.
I will put $20 a week away.
I think something good's gonna happen for this year's Black Friday, just because of just the state of how things are. You know, I try to keep up a lot on like the Lego news and things that are going on and stuff like that. And if I see deals and stuff like that, I'll definitely 100% let you know. We got to link up too, because I'm going to get you the motor and the thing for the thing, so you can get the thing moving. You don't even have
so
to.
I can just press a button.
Crank it, you know.
All right, next up on the list, Paul, or do you need a second to think about it?
No, I actually had to look it up, and
Right.
I found it. And I don't want to know how much this is worth right now. It's at number 6286. I know Bricksbird is looking it up right now.
Probably got it.
Skull's Eye Schooner, the Lego pirate ship that got me into Lego.
There you go. Pirates.
How much?
Here, I'll pull it up and everybody can see it. All right, here we go. This is the set right here. Skull's Eye Schooner. New, you can see it's going for about $3,000.
Jesus.
Used, you're looking at about $600.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, five.
That's what you get with these old sets.
There's not many out there. Not many out there. Is the name of the game. I mean, 19.
Sorry, Paul. Got to win the lottery first.
But super old, cool looking set from Lego System.
You know, I'm gonna tell you why it's so much more expensive.
Here, hold on a second. Let's quick look up llamas. Llama, what was yours called?
Sales.
It's the Harry Potter Night Bus, but it's the original one. I don't know what the let me look and see what the set number is.
It's the sails that make it very, very expensive. Those white and black sails, the pirate sails, the iconic pirate sails. Boats are the best.
And it was certainly used. I could tell you that it actually floated for, maybe a good 5 minutes.
There you go.
I don't know if it's this one or not.
Used to take it out to the pool. Take it with me everywhere.
It looks like 4866.
Oh. So there we go. There's hers. Yeah, I would say you don't even see boxes like this anymore.
No. The first waves, they always look like that nostalgic looking,
Yeah, for sure.
I started getting into the Harry Potter stuff. I want to get through the whole series.
I'm waiting for the video to catch up with the one.
I have to say the new one looks much sleeker, and I think it's designed a little bit better. But I mean, the old one is, that's the one I.
It's what got you into it, so.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, Bricksbird, your turn. Or do you need a second?
No, it's easy. It's the Green Grocer. It sounds super lame, but it's a modular that basically got me into Lego modulars. Now I don't build and display at all. I just don't like dust, quite honestly. I feel like with a Lego set, you can build it and then you can take it apart, stash it away somewhere, build it again later on with somebody else, and repeat the process. You know what I mean? Yep. So it's like you get into it and it's like, where do I put this and what do I do with this? I mean, I have a couple small things that I like to keep, but dust.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I've got a couple things that I have out, but for the most part, I'll build something, I'll keep it out for a little bit, and then I'll take it apart and throw it away. Like that closet that's like right here behind me, completely full of sets in bins that I have either still in the box or taken apart and bagged.
Right. I had to use the duster. That's what, before we started, I was dusting off the spaceship because it sits in the living room overlooking the living room.
I mean, I've got
reminding my wife that I love a little blue plastic spaceman.
I've got these like minifigures and it's just on a small build, and just the amount of dust that gets in there irks me. I have to clean it like once a month. You know what I mean?
Although I will say I do have a nice little display of minifigures. I very, very recently got into collecting minifigures, and there's one reason why I started collecting minifigures, and it's this.
Oh yeah, llama. There you go.
So Paul found this for me. I need to find another one.
I'm still looking. I am still looking, but of course, I've got my escape pod with the llama, and I don't know. Have you seen my literal official custom minifig?
Let's do it. No, I have not. Oh,
I'm gonna turn off the front light.
Oh wow! So
that's literally the escape pod drawn onto it from Lego itself.
How did you do that?
Got it at Disney.
And I have a feeling they will probably also have one in the Legoland they're building in New York.
New York, yeah.
They just put one in the Lego house in Billund.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that news. I think it was like yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
You know, that is a very cool thing. I mean, minifigures, I have certain ones that I really like a lot. This Chrome VIP one that was on the keychain.
Yeah, mine no longer has Chrome because I've used it actually as a keychain.
Yeah, I have a BB-8 that I've been using as a keychain. He's just two white balls sitting on top of each other.
I had a Stormtrooper on a keychain and it just got mangled. So I'm never gonna have a minifigure keychain ever. Deadpool, which is one of my absolute favorites.
That's awesome.
And then probably my number one is it's a mono figure. So it's basically, nothing, just like that VIP. The difference is this gray is the old dark gray.
So is it discontinued? They don't print it anymore?
No, the color is different. So you can see in this is dark bluish.
Their new dark gray, yeah.
Gray. I don't know if we're going to be able to see it in this picture. I'll snap a picture. Oh, geez.
There's slight differences, but there is a difference.
It's a little bit darker. The old dark gray is a little bit darker, and you kind of sometimes see it in the instruction manuals back when it flipped from the darker gray to the lighter gray. It was because of a differentiation of black and dark gray.
Jesus. Yeah, the whole thing with it is the gray it's noticeably different. It's much better if there's better light. I'm not, but yeah, this is probably my pride and joy. Super old gray.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Mint condition. And then I've got the Woo and the Spider-Man sitting on the tree. This is like an Earth Day build or something, but I really like the build on the tree. I really like the way that it was built.
Yeah.
All right. So. Yep. And then, so my favorite set, if it wasn't clear before, it's the Lego house, the one from the game.
Yeah.
So
it's not from the game; it's from the Lego house in Billund. They put
okay, yeah, but it's in the game. So I was into Lego as a kid, and I had some sets here and there. But like I never had any cool big sets and whatnot. And when I came into this game, if you followed us when we very first started this channel, I actually went through and parted out this entire set. I ordered the entire set parted out because otherwise you have to buy it new, and it's only available new overseas. Otherwise you have to buy it at inflated prices, and the cheapest was like $200, which I'm just not paying for. And then I built it on stream, and like, I just loved this set. It was such a fun build, and it really, brought back the joy and, the excitement of Lego to me. So that's why this one, I think, will always, like, hold a special place in my heart, and I just absolutely love this set because of it. And,
to add to that, too, is it's like, that was your first experience with Bricklink as well, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, that whole process is also like super cool, because once you stumbled on to like Bricklink, like once you get past, like I said, like there's so many different layers and so many different segments to Lego And then it's like, you think it's a set, and then you start getting into minifigures, and you get into this and this theme and that theme, and then with me it started with, how do I organize this stuff? And then you start learning stuff about like the terminology of the parts and pieces and plates and 2x4 plates and 1x8 plates, and 1x7 is no such thing, and all sorts of stuff like that. And then you get into like Bricklink, and you're like, what in the world is this place? It's like stepping back into 1998, right? And then I just immersed myself into it. And
well, it's like when we first watched your stream for the first time, it was when we accidentally recorded over your show. And we went and we popped by afterwards, and I literally was like, is that all Lego behind him? Like, I literally was like,
yeah.
So Bricksport has his wall of Lego behind him. He has his new shelf above him. I'm working on my shelf of Lego. You can't see it up top because of just the way the camera is, but Jay Cyber Dragon's up there up top. Then I have a bunch of Star Wars stuff here. This is all minifigures. I have all of the ones from the game in the display case. Then I have just some extra stuff down here, like I have the book that Bricksport sent me, which is super cool. Then I have the chessboard and some brick heads.
Yeah, I mean, I love Lego.
Speaking of Lego books.
Oh yeah, that's the one. That's the one with the does it have the Luke in it? Which
I don't know. It was at Half Price Books.
Oh, okay. There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I'll grab mine real quick.
Me. I just have
you can find so this is a little thing for you to have a little bit of fun, Paul, right? So you look at the book, and then if you go into like Amazon or whatever, it'll give you like the ISBN or like some number, and then you can punch that in the Bricklink, and it'll tell you what minifigure was in that book.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I know where to get the ISBN.
Yeah, whatever it is.
What are you gonna brag there, Llama?
Boom.
Oh.
I saw that at Walmart the other day, and I'm like, I want it.
So this is gonna be the next one that I build and record, and then I've got one more that's slated on the docket after that. So I also am a really, really big fan of the architecture series. Oh, yeah. I absolutely love it. The builds are so cool. They're so much fun. So this is what's after that.
Trafalgar Square. Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
So they're chilling here, ready for.
There's like a mini one of that in the London one that I think it's actually still out. There's like a little mini Trafalgar Square one.
You mean this one?
Yeah. Hey.
There you go.
Over here. There's no joking around.
Like I said, I absolutely love these architecture sets. They're so cool. The skylines are awesome.
Yeah, I'll say like even just like the Lego house set, it made me fall in love with the architecture set. It's the only one I have, but like every time I see them in the store, I look at them and I'm like, man, that's a really cool set.
It talks to you. The way that it's branded too. It's like it's very like finished. You know? It's very finished.
But then here's my book.
Nice.
So this one has all the.
I wish I could get into.
That's cool.
Though. I wish I could get into those art sets.
Oh, the art ones, yeah, those are cool. I heard rumor that they're releasing new ones. They're releasing new ones next year, and it's going to be a Harry Potter one, and what was the other one?
Harry Potter. That's interesting.
Yeah, they're going to do the crest. So, like, I'm assuming that like each one you can build like each of the 4 houses, and then you put the 4 together, and it's the whole crest.
Oh,
that's cool.
So
that's cool.
That's sick. I mean, I want to get into Harry Potter. I just don't. I don't dedicate enough time to reading. You know what I mean? And
audiobooks. 100% audiobooks.
So you think I can get the whole full Harry Potter through an audiobook? Like I can get the whole experience?
Yes, absolutely.
Especially considering the first one there's the first one that is narrated by
Jim Dale.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go audiobook then. Knock it out.
Jim Dale does an amazing job at all the books.
You see that again? I leveled up here. You know, I asked you about the whole full immersion of the audiobook, and I'll be able to crank that thing out probably in 2 months.
Yeah, especially since you said you like, listening to things in the background when you're doing other stuff.
I love it. Cool. So what else?
That's all I got. I just wanted to ask about the favorite sets, and
guys,
had some fun there.
This was an absolute treat.
Well, we're going to be able to continue this.
Yes. Next week.
And I'll do the pitch this time. We will be able to continue this when the Brickdown comes to the Escape Podcast Lego Legacy Heroes Unboxed Edition, or the LLHU Tep C, and that's what somebody wanted me to actually call it the other day. You guys will be appearing, or at least Bricksburg will be appearing on the 24th. The show starts at 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. Bricksburg will be on at 9 p.m. Eastern that Thursday, and that is when we're going to give away.
What are we giving away, Bricksburg?
The Bespin Duel Set. Absolutely free to enter. Follow twitch.tv/Escape Podcast. Subscribe on YouTube, which is also free, down below, right there on the Brickdown channel, and also search for Bricksbird, or look later on when Vintage X updates the description. Look later on and pick up, click the link and subscribe to Bricksbird. Now, one thing we do have to mention, which we didn't mention before, is that in order for Bricksbird to see that you have subscribed, your follower list must be set to public.
On YouTube, that is.
On YouTube. Yeah. On Twitch, we'll be able to see you. If you already follow, you will already be entered. If you don't already follow, you won't be entered until you follow.
Mm-hmm.
So follow, subscribe, get yourself a Bespin Duel Set.
Get yourself a Bespin Duel Set. Can you guys read that? It says public subscribe on YouTube.
And I'm sure you'll make a video. Sure, you did very well at editing, so I'm pretty sure you could clip that very, very end, and also tell people how to subscribe.
So another thing I will say about this, probably the best place to keep date on it, if you want to, is the Brickdown Discord server, which is also linked in the description of this video. So if you want to join that, that'll probably be one of the best ways to keep up to date on it. However, also on the Bricksbird channel, he is making the almost weekly video kind of updates on it to keep everybody updated and in the loop on it.
Working on it. It's going to be wobbly, so it's welcome to the wobbly series.
Everybody has to start somewhere.
Yep, absolutely.
It's good.
Yeah, but I will say on behalf of both of us, thank you both for joining us this lovely Monday evening for this special episode. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, because we sure enjoyed having you guys on. So,
by all means, we did.
We had a ton of fun. It was awesome.
It was a treat. And Bricko next week, and dude, this was a treat. And man, we got a lot of things going on.
Big things happening all around.
And just to reiterate on that, Bricko next week, there is no Monday next week. It is going to be on Tuesday, just because, scheduling with people, you have to sometimes work around that. So next Tuesday.
Bricko's the boss.
Yeah, Bricko's the boss. He just tells us what to do, and we're like, okay, yep.
Yep, yes, sir, Bricko, absolutely,
yes, sir,
100%.
Right yes, sir, Bricko, right away.
How high would you like me to jump?
All right, but anybody have any last closing words before we wrap this up?
I don't know. We gotta come up with a good way to exit, man. We gotta come
up
we have our way of exit.
We do have a way of exit.
Go for it. We did the intro. You guys can do the exit. Go for it.
Okay.
All right. Well, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning into the Brickdown as we guest on their show. For Vintage X, for Bricksbird, we thank you very much for tuning in. Please do like and subscribe to the video. We really do appreciate every single one of you. With that being said, be nice to each other, damn it. You all have a good night. Wear your mask, and llama, push the button.
Will do.